Okay. Hi, everybody. So, you all asked me to find out from Ramesh Lawrence Mirage what is the situation with the people who are quarantined at Balandra that were rescued from the cruise ship in Guadeloupe. Yeah, I'm starting the live. Just share the live, please, because this is important to find out what happened with those people, if they really are trying to take legal action, yes or no. I spoke with Ramesh Lawrence Mirage. Just share the live for me, please. I just spoke with the attorney, the former attorney general, to find out what is the situation. And he said the people, one, it's not a pre-action protocol letter. That's what he's saying. He says it's not a pre-action protocol letter. He said what happened is the people in Balandra called his office to say that things are kind of bad up there and they need some form of relief. They thought that the accommodations were not conducive to social distancing. They needed cleaning products and they wanted to be tested. He said he wrote a letter, I think it's to the Minister of Health, and let me see. I took some notes. Y'all know me. Yeah. Not okay. He said he sent letters to the Minister of Health, the Ministry of Health, the Minister of Health, Minister of National Security, and the Attorney General. Yeah? Telling them to investigate what is happening in Balandra and to take the necessary actions. Right? Because the people in Balandra called his office to say that, okay, living accommodations, cleaning agents, and they wanted to be tested. He said he did not get a response from any of these ministries or ministers, but the people called again to say that they were tested Thursday night. Yeah? To say that they were tested Thursday night. All right, so he said on Friday they called to tell him that he was tested, but because he hadn't gotten any response from any of these ministers, he wrote a letter to the Prime Minister. So a second letter was sent, this one to the Prime Minister, and he also attached the letter that he had written before to the other ministers to say, okay, again, investigate what is going on and see if appropriate action can be taken. But he said he was very happy that the people got some release and that they were tested. He said they did not want to be released at all. They were concerned about social distancing. So that's what the former Attorney General Ramesh Lawrence Mirage told me. He said it was not intended to be a pre-action protocol letter, people. But here are my arguments now to Ramesh Lawrence Mirage. I told him, one, you know me, I have zero tolerance for bullshit and foolishness. So one, if my memory serves me correctly, on Wednesday at a press conference, at the press conference when I was in dialysis, we heard about these people that were on the boat, not so on the cruise. And you just send me some messages in the comment section to let me know if I'm correct, yes or no. Yeah? We heard that these people were stranded and that they were going to be going for them. If I am not mistaken, these people came to Trinidad on Thursday. Somebody tell me if I'm on the right track now. Tell me yes or no. When did these people come to Trinidad? Was it Wednesday or was it Thursday? I'm waiting. Anthony, Anna, Sherwin, Gail, Roger. Somebody please tell me, when did these people arrive in Trinidad? Thank you, Sherwin. Because my memory is telling me that it's Thursday. Right? So if they came into Trinidad Thursday, I am suggesting to the former Attorney General that these people did not try to reach out to the government. And why was it necessary to call the office of Ramesh Lawrence Mirage to say, this is what we needed? But he's saying to me that they said that they tried to reach out to a minister. Everybody knows that there are lists of phone numbers going around with all the county medical officers of health's numbers that any one of those people could have called. It's been shared far and wide. Now, if you came in Thursday night and by Friday morning you're calling Ramesh Lawrence Mirage's office to get help, you didn't try to reach out to the government, and that is my issue. To me, I said to Mr. Mirage, if these people had reached out to the government and didn't get any redress. I could understand them reaching out to you. But you reaching Friday morning, and before you even settle down good for a good night's sleep, you called Ramish's office. None of you thought of speaking to those people who were dressed in suits to drop you off at Balandra. You all were so happy to be taken off from the cruise ship. I said to him, so they're worried about social distancing in Balandra, no problem. How comes they weren't worried about it when they were on the cruise ship? Y'all went on a cruise ship after advice was given not to go on any unnecessary travel. After we had the situation with the cruise ship that was stuck in Japan, after going to so many different ports, nobody wanted it to dock. And so the outbreak on it was massive. I think over 650 people were tested positive on that cruise ship, over 3,000. What would make these people go on a cruise after the fact? And then coming to say you want cleaning agents? No problem. I have no issues if you want cleaning agents. If you're going to be quarantined, you're out of your element, you're not in your own place. I expect the government to provide these things. And we all know the protocol for testing. Exposure with symptoms, travel history with symptoms. We all know that testing these people before they develop symptoms make absolutely no sense. Because your viral load is not high enough for you to get a factual positive or negative. So for them to come in Thursday night and ball into Ramesh Lawrence Mirage's office that they wanted to be testing, them can't wait. Something is fishy about this. I still hold. Right? So Anthony saying March 5, 68 people went on a cruise after the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago advised to limit non-essential travel. Exactly. Right? March 20, passengers confirmed as having COVID-19. Patients ferried from Balandra to Couva, 21. But when did they come into the country? When were they taken from the cruise ship to Trinidad and Tobago? I'm saying it's Thursday night. Right? So I am saying today they were taken to Couva Hospital, the 40 that tested positive. But let us work with the timelines. You all know I love timelines. They make a difference. We know that the incubation period is between 0 to 14 days. It means that anywhere between this time, they can develop symptoms. But what has the trend shown us? We keep talking about people having the virus and not displaying symptoms in the first 5 to 7 days and therefore becoming super spreaders. So if they return from the cruise ship, the question now becomes, at least one of them had to have come into Balandra with a positive, because they haven't been exposed to anybody here. So at least one. So the question is, the other 39, did they get it from that one here or did they get it on the cruise ship? And I'm saying based on the incubation period, both are possibilities. But I'm saying from exposure. So if it meant that all of them got exposure since they landed in Trinidad and Tobago, between Thursday night to Friday morning, all of them got exposed and tested positive by the evening. Oh my God, that was really rapid, because that has not been that has not been what we've been seeing over the time with the coronavirus. We know people having it and not displaying symptoms. So I am suggesting that quite a few of them came off that cruise ship with the virus. I might be wrong, but that's my suggestion. That's my belief. So why all of a sudden now everybody writing to Ramesh Lawrence Mirage? Obviously, I don't believe that they wrote to call the government to say, okay, these are the things that we need. Why do you go straight to Ramesh Lawrence Mirage? But you're saying you don't want to be released. This is not a pre-action protocol letter. You just want the situation at Balandra to be sorted out. Then you should have asked for help first. And the fact that you went from 0 to 100, from Balandra straight to an attorney's office, what do you think the people are going to believe or think about that? So I'm just saying it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to me. But Mr. Mara says that he's happy to see action would have been taken. I don't know that the overcrowding at Balandra presents an issue anymore, because 40 of them are now at Couva Children's Hospital being treated for testing positive for COVID-19. Let us hope that the accommodations is suitable enough for the 28 that are left at Balandra. But at the end of the day, the government has a responsibility to the rest of us. All you stay at Balandra. Stay at Balandra. And now we know that social distancing is important. But you know what is even more critical than social distancing? Proper hygiene. Proper hygiene? Yes. So you know what? Let me get back to my cleaning, yes, because I don't understand. I don't understand this, but that's what Mr. Maraj is saying. For those of you who are just joining, it's not a pre-action protocol letter. He wrote 2 letters. The first one to the Minister of Health, Minister of National Security, and the Attorney General to investigate what was happening at Balandra and to take action, because the people at Balandra wanted to be tested. They wanted better accommodations. They said it wasn't conducive for social distancing, and they wanted cleaning agents. Yeah? To me, all reasonable. We now know that they got tested. 40 of the 68 tested positive. I think the 28 should still stay at Balandra, because you don't know if they will test positive down the road. Those 40 probably came off the cruise ship with COVID and didn't even know it, because they weren't displaying symptoms as yet. But anyways, as I say, me I figure clean, because them alright. But I guess y'all got the gist.